Hello and welcome to blog number 65, me learning to play the Melodeon. Yesterday I was looking at Melodeon.net, which is the forum for Melodeon players around the world. Somebody on there was asking for a version of Happy Birthday. And it got me thinking, in the 6 years that I've been playing this instrument, I've never played Happy Birthday, and I thought, well, how hard can it be? And very rapidly kind of ran into trouble. Okay, this is a DG Melodeon, standard DG, this row is G, and we normally sing Happy Birthday in the key of G. It's a good key for men and women and children alike. It doesn't go too low or too high. Very simple tune. It's easy to play the tune without any backing, and I'll show you that straight away. It's a bit squeaky, I have to say, so you have to start on button 5, so it's fairly high pitch like this. Okay, so you can play the tune, but obviously the joy of this instrument is the fact you've got these lovely basses over here to provide you with a nice accompaniment. So I thought, okay, let's put an accompaniment in with that. And of course you run into problems straight away because the third note is an E. That note there is E and it's on the pull, but of course you want a G bass with that, and you can't get a G on the pull. So you could sort of compromise and momentarily play a D bass, but it's not great, is it? So what is the answer? And the answer is to change Melodeon and to use a GC. So I'm going to do that for you now. So here we have a GC Melodeon, so it's lower pitched. The row on the outside is the G row, so, and the row on the inside is the C row. Now, with the GC Melodeon, you can play Happy Birthday in G, and you can put all the basses in. There's one moment where you have to make a slight compromise, and I'll show you where that is. First of all, I'm going to play it through for you. Now, obviously there, it was pretty nice, wasn't it? You had basses all the way through. There was one little moment where I had to play, not really the bass that I wanted to play, but the one I played was fine. So let me go through it for you. So we're still in the key of G, but the nice thing now, of course, it's an octave lower, and it's in happy, exactly the right pitch for me to sing. So it's perfect for a male voice, and obviously if you have a lady singing or a child singing, they'll simply sing it an octave higher. It sounds really nice at this pitch, doesn't it? It's not horribly squeaky. So the first two notes are on the G row. Don't forget, this is G and this is C. If you're used to a DG, you'll always be thinking this is the D row and this is the G row. So you have to change your way of thinking. Make sure you think of this as the G row, this is the C row. So you're on the G row. And by the way, because most of the tune is on the G row, I give the heads the normal shape, and on the C row I give the note heads a diamond shape. And you can find this music on my website as well, so if you want to download it and learn it. So we start on the note D. It's finger 3, button 5, and it's on the push. It's written as a dotted quaver, semi-quaver. It's not quite as stiff as that, but I mean, everybody knows Happy Birthday. This tune, probably the most famous tune in the world. In case you want to know, it was written by Patty and Mildred Hill in the very early part of the 20th century, maybe even in the 19th century, but it's a very old song that we all know very well. And if you've got a GC, it might be useful for you to learn this, so you can wheel it out when you have birthday occasions. So anyway, 2 Ds, third finger on the push, no chord in C, so there's no chord there, and you come in with a chord there. Now notice straight away, to get the E, I come over to the C row, so still pushing, finger 2, and that note has a diamond head. Then I return to the D on the G row and drop down a button for the G, also on the G row. And the bass line for that first complete bar is... Now on the GC Melodeon we have G basses on the push, chin end, and on the pull knee end. Any G basses on the push, chin end, I mark with an asterisk, so you can see that all the G's in this tune have got asterisks. They're all this end. So to start with then, now bar 2 on the next stave. Notice the first bar, that pickup bar, is called bar 0. So this next bar is bar 2, and we're going to do this. Now we've got an F sharp on the G row, finger 4. It's a minim, held for 2 beats. And then you've got 2 Ds. Now notice now the D that we played here, we're now playing here. We're playing it on the C row on the pull. So hence the diamond head, finger 1. And the bass is in that bar. Well, it's the same buttons that you played for the G bass, but pulled out gives you D bass. And notice because it's a waltz, you do an part, so a bass note and 2 chords. So you've got. Now you're about to play an E, and notice now you're going to play the E on the G row. Earlier you played it on the C row. Now it's on the G row. See? So the E is now on the G row, the D again on the C row, and then you play the A on the C row as well. So it's in rows, this bar number 3, it's G row, C row, C row, as you continue with your D basses on the pull. The whole of bars 2 and 3 you play on the pull. So you've got. So from the beginning, let's have a recap. See how that swaps around. First time in rows, it's G, G, C, G, and then C, C, G, C. It swaps around completely. So let's recap from the beginning and notice how that E and D swap over. Now in bar 4, I play the G on the G row, little finger. Okay, we've done this before in the tune in bar number 1. Little finger. Now notice what I do here. I kind of squeeze my fingers together. So my first finger picks out that D. So I'm changing from what I call position home, pos H, which is where the first finger is on the root note, like that. It goes to pos +2, so it drops down to. So finger 1 goes to the D, and that forces the little finger to that high D. And you just run down through a G major chord on the G row, D, B, G, as you still plug away relentlessly with your G basses. Now this is where we have to compromise. The next note is F sharp. We could do a C bass with this, but we can't get that, so we do a D bass momentarily. So on the pull here, it's button to outside row. It's F sharp on the G row, finger 2. And then we come over to the C row to play E and 2 C's on the push. So it's that bar. Let's go from bar 4. See, so that works pretty well, doesn't it? And then bar 7. Now you've got B, G, A all on the G row, pretty straightforward. And by the way, notice in bar 6 on the second note you change to position +1, so you put your fingers up 1 button a piece. And in bar 7 we play B, G, A, finger 4, finger 3, finger 4. So we have G bass, G chord, and then D chord. And ending number 1, if you want to start again, you'll simply play the G. And then you'll hold that for 2 beats, and then you'll bring your third finger up 1 more button to go back to your original position, and then you'll start from where the repeat sign faces the other way from bar 1. So ending number 1 is going into ending number 1, back in. So first time round. second time, you'll go to bar 7, you'll do bar 7 and you'll jump straight to bar 9. So you'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So you'll go to the second page of my music, play the G, and you'll hold it for 4, 8, 12, 13 beats, so it's tied, and you'll hold a G bass and a G chord together for the whole of that. So let's play the whole piece. And there you've got a pretty nice arrangement of Happy Birthday that's got the tune, it's got the chords, and it's in a perfect key for singing. So I hope you found that interesting. If you don't have a GC, you could play it in D, mainly on the D row, on a GC Melodeon. The only problem will be with the singing. It will probably come out a little bit too low to sing for everyone, but it's a compromise. But all else fails, you could always just play the single note melody on the G row of a DG, but you obviously won't have any basses and it won't sound particularly great. Hope you found that interesting. If you did, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you click that bell icon, you'll get notifications every time I upload to YouTube. Thank you very much for watching.